Hey everyone, about to hard post my favorite girl. So Morgan, get the out of the way. I'm trying to get my truck.
Does a guy have to be 6 foot tall for you to give him a chance?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just like me a tall man.
Like a tall man?
Yeah.
You have a man right now?
No.
Why am I not surprised?
You say you have W Riz.
Yeah, I totally do.
Dude, you can get a guy's number right now.
I'll get a guy's number.
Hey, Kentucky, right? I like your chain. Where you going tonight?
Meet up with my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend.
All right, on to the next, you know?
Hey, didn't you guys give me your number?
No, you don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because that's my
She's 16 years old, talking about she pregnant.
Okay.
She not even out of high school yet.
She gonna be okay?
What?
So I want you to find any guy that you see and try to get their number in 30 seconds. How's that?
Okay.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm Bella.
I'm Abby.
What do you do? What are you doing here?
Just hanging.
You hanging?
Yeah.
So, if we were the last two people on Earth, would you date me?
I'm sorry.
Women don't understand how hard it is to actually approach a man and get the number and close the deal, right? Because they're used to all the guys giving them attention and shooting their shot. They don't understand the male's perspective. We have the burden of performance. We have to get the courage, and we have to have, you know, the intestinal fortitude to say, you know what, I'm going to step to you. Just imagine this. If men just completely stopped approaching women, got off the dating app, stopped talking to women, these women will crumble. They will know how to handle themselves.
No?
Rejected.
Oh, okay. But so the chances of me getting your number right now are probably like
Nah, I'm in a relationship. Sorry.
Oh, but we love a loyal man. And that's why though, right? That's why?
Yeah.
You're not lying?
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Okay. All right, I'll take the L. Thanks.
So yeah.
I always knew I was a slut. I was in kindergarten and I had 3 boyfriends at the same time.
She belongs to the streets.
2 of them had the same name. Chase and Tristan.
Jason and Tristan.
Yeah,
Shout out to you guys, I guess.
I loved them.
This is sad. Guys, if you have daughters, please stay in their life. Guide them. These chicks, they have no sort of shame or anything.
This is how to talk to your friend's girlfriend when he's not around. Let's begin.
Hi, how are you today?
Shut up.
Hi everyone. Football season is finally here, but this year my priority is my beautiful and perfect girlfriend.
This clip is funny, a little satire, but there's always truth in every joke. As you can see, the girl that he's with is in the background holding the phone with the knife and like he's hostage and everything like that. The truth of the matter is most women in relationships, they need your constant attention. So if you take your focus off them and you put it on your favorite sports team, or you put it on your favorite hobby, or you always going to the gym, they can't handle it. They need your constant validation. If your eyes are not on them, then they can't function.
Football is dumb and stupid anyway, and I don't even care about my fake little dumb stupid fantasy football league. It's for losers and babies. Anyone who puts football Sunday over their girlfriend is immature and needs to grow up. Is that good? Am I done?
I just wish men knew, like, I find it so attractive when a guy is vulnerable and open. Like, if a guy, I think it's so hard to find a man who's secure enough in himself to be like, can you just sit down with me for a minute? I'm like having a really tough day.
Guys, listen, whatever you do, do not take a woman's advice. They're always going to lead you astray. They're going to walk you over a cliff. Don't open up to women. That's what you got your friends for. You got your dad for. You got your grandpa, your uncle, your brothers, whatever. But if you open up to a woman, if you tell her how you know, you're having a bad day, or I got fired, or I'm not feeling well, all these different things that's going on, I'm telling you, she's going to say, oh, he's giving me the ick. I don't like this guy. He's weak, because women always want to view you as a strong individual. So when you open up to them about the shortcomings in your life or whatever, they just view you as a beta. And they're eventually going to leave you. They might say, oh, it's okay. Oh, we'll get through it. It's all right. But I'm telling you, she's plotting in her mind like, man, this guy's disgusting. I need to get a guy who's strong, who can handle life. Women aren't your therapists. They're not your friends. Understand that.
This is why women can't find men anymore, because men don't want to deal with women like this anymore, and they're being shamed on social media.
Just today, Fans model attempts to film herself being looked at while in line, but the stunt backfires spectacularly.
She makes her career on fans by people looking at her, but then she goes out and tries to entrap people looking at her.
Well, probably that's not a bad marketing tactic. It's like, these people want to look at me so you can get a more inside look.
I make them work for it. It's not easy.
Okay, how you make them work for it?
There's a minimum of 3 months. You have to talk to me for 3 months and you can't cut me off.
You never had a one-night stand?
I have.
Okay, so now how come these guys got to work for it?
Remember this, guys. Women only give ultimatums and they put restrictions and they set rules and guidelines for guys who they're not attracted to. So if you're not her type, if you don't turn her on, she got to say, you got to wait 90 days. You got to wait a whole year. I'm waiting to get married. Then I'll give up the cookie. I'm celibate. All these silly things. Listen, you cannot negotiate attraction with a woman. So if she's not genuinely into you, she's going to make you jump through a lot of hoops in order to get that kiss, in order to just get a hug and eventually have sex with her. And here's the thing, these women are giving it out to guys who they actually are into. Notice how she said, oh, no, I slept with a guy. I had one night stand before. This is how women, go through the filtering process. So if she don't like you like that, if you don't really, get her wet, she's like, hey, we got to wait 10 dates, or I don't go back to guys' houses right away. And we got to take it slow. All those silly things that they say.
You never had a one-night stand?
I have.
Okay, so now how come these guys got to work for it?
Height matter in a guy.
Yes.
I'm gonna judge based on something you guys can't change. So we're gonna measure your waist. What? 35 inches. We're gonna let the comments decide, actually.
You better be very careful. Oh, no.
Too big to say size matters.
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. Before you go crazy on me, just hear me out. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family but can't, is an epidemic at this point. So I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six-pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2".
The crazy thing about women having standards for men, if as a man, you say, I want a woman who's in shape, who's submissive, who cooks, cleans, who's, kind and who doesn't have any tattoos or who hasn't been ran through. Oh my God. You're such a bad man. You're misogynist. How dare you? But these women can't have these same crazy standards. You got to be over 6 feet tall. That's only a small percentage of the population of men. You got to make $300,000 a year. You got to be in shape. It's like, when you think about it, you're like, as a man, what am I even getting out of you? And these women are basic. They want a guy who's Superman. They want the perfect dream guy. But then they're just basic and quite frankly, boring and below average themselves. That's why a lot of guys are saying, I'm done, man. These unrealistic, crazy psycho expectations. And then they're sharing all the same men, the top 10%.
You guys wouldn't do this, but like hypothetically, how many guys do you think you could get with in a day if you wanted to?
Millions. Infinity. Yeah. Infinity. If I wanted every single one of these guys, I could have them.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Now, I will admit she is right to a certain extent. She can get sex from tens of thousands of dudes if she wanted to, but she can't get the commitment from the dudes that she really desires. See, these women, it's not hard for them to get dudes to throw themselves at them and lust after them. That's easy. Look how they dressed, right? But can they get a guy who's going to invest in them, who's going to want to be with them long term? No. Trust me, if these women really wanted to get sex, they could just raise their hand. They can have they can hold a sign like this and a whole bunch of dudes be like, yeah. That's not a flex.
Anybody.
So if a guy came over here, you asked him, you think he would say yes?
Yes. There's no doubt. 100%.
No doubt?
No doubt.
Y'all down to test it?
Yeah, why not?
Things just got a little more interesting.
They were saying, would you hook up with any two of them if you weren't married?
If I wasn't married?
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's my dog.
That's my dog. Okay, how about you, Cameron? Would you sleep with us?
I personally, no, I wouldn't.
Why?
Not really my type.
I'm just being honest.
Yo, my man, real quick, do you have a girlfriend? I'm single. All right. They ran. They ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I feel bad for a lot of the girls that are single in today's generation. And this is just me as a guy saying it because I hear a lot of the conversations that men have about women, and they're not very good. And what I mean by that is that a lot of guys are not looking to just marry a girl, take care of her, provide, protect. Like, that's not a lot of what's on their priority until they're, like, honestly getting closer to 40.
Even if he's getting closer to 40, 50, I've had conversations with grown, successful men who have their lives together, and they're not trying to commit. They're not trying to settle down and get married. We're not just talking about the court system and how family court is so biased against men and fathers. These women, they're not right in the head. You see all these clips? They're talking about how they've been ran through, smashed by a whole bunch of different dudes. They got these crazy standards. It's like Babylon, right? They're like demons running around here. Right? Look how they dress. You just saw the previous clip. These chicks, like, look at the pool of women we have to choose from. Bad attitudes, entitlement, delusion. I mean, you name it. And they wonder why dudes don't want to commit and settle down. Boss babes and listen to Megan Thee Stallion, all these 304s running the street and they out late at night, past midnight. Like, come on, man. This is what us men have to choose from. This is what's left. And men are walking away.
And I would say this school of thought comes from social media. It comes from podcasts. It comes from the general availability of sex that exists in the marketplace today, because a guy that's 35 can go hook up with a girl at a bar. Like, the need to get married and to settle down, it's not as high as it used to be. It can be delayed. It can be pushed back. And I'm not saying that women don't think this way as well. I know a ton of girls in their 20s that are not thinking about marriage, but you are going to be in for a serious awakening when you turn 30 and you realize the dating market is not what you thought it would be.